Yo, what is up guys? It is Royal Stoners here, and welcome back to another storytime video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the times me and my homies Daniel and Johnson walked to Walmart to steal alcohol. Now, before we get into this video guys, how are y'all doing? Let me know down in the comments below. I always try to respond to your comments. I'm going to be telling two stories in particular here today. We did this at least 100 times before, but these stories were like the most eventful in my opinion. Anyways, let's get into it. Now, in the first story, this was the first time we did it. First time we ever walked there to Walmart and stole alcohol. Every time we've done this, it's gone extremely smooth. We've never really been caught doing this. Knock on wood, you know. Me and Daniel and Johnson were sitting at Daniel's this night on this front porch, and we were thinking about how we could get alcohol. We were just trying to scheme up a little plan here, make a plan to get alcohol, like a alcohol heist. Johnson was like, we could ask Daniel's dad to buy us some, and Daniel was like, nah man, that's not gonna work. But I do have an idea. Daniel goes, wait, we can go to Walmart, we can walk to Walmart and steal 4 Lokos. And me and Johnson look at each other and are like, are you sure that's gonna work? That might be a long walk. And the reason we couldn't really drive to Walmart this day is because Daniel didn't have any gas. But Daniel said it wasn't really that far of a walk, so I was like, okay, let's go then. We're like, okay, let's do this. And Johnson was like, alright. So we got up and started heading to the end of Daniel Street. We were talking, smoking cigarettes, and I asked him, how long do you think it's going to take for us to get there? And he says, it's going to take us years. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And we just keep on walking. We walked about a good, 15 minutes, and we turned onto a street with a cul-de-sac at the end of it. But, it wasn't like a circle cul-de-sac. It was just like the end of a street, where there's houses and shit. And there's this metal bar thing sticking out the ground at the end of the road. And to the left was this woods area with a big fence, and inside the fence was a water tower. And we had to walk along this fence to get into the woods area so that we could walk to this trail that was in the woods and go to the interstate and cross across to get to Walmart. Now, we walked through the woods talking. Me and Johnson were smoking cigs again. And we get to the end of this woods area and walk out of the woods, and there's this big billboard next to the interstate. And we're walking in the grass next to the billboard along the road. To our right is a closed store, and to the left is the road where cars are coming. Now, at this point, we see a restaurant and the Walmart sign, the big Walmart sign where we're at. So it wasn't really that far of a walk. Daniel was actually right. We walk along the road, we make it to these traffic lights, and to the left is the Walmart parking lot, and in it is a gas station. So we're sitting there on the side of the road, seeing all the cars pass, and the light's still green. We have to wait for the cars to stop. And they actually stop because the light turned red, and we start booking it across this road, bro. We run so fucking fast. I bet you've never seen a guy in a boot run so fast before in your life. Before we talk about what happens whenever we cross the street and get to the other side, I got a ball packed right here. Let's hit this shit because I need to get stoned. Cheers, guys. I've hit my pipe. That shit is gas. We make it to the other side and we walk into the Walmart parking lot. And now we're discussing how we're going to do this. We thought, okay, we can just put the 4 Lokos in our pants and leave ASAP. But Johnson was like, nah, bro, I don't want to steal any because my pants don't let me steal. Can you steal mine for me? And I was like, dude, I can't hold 2. You gotta get your own, man. You can hold one in your pants if I can. And Daniel talked him into getting his own. We both did. And we walked into the Walmart. We walked past the vegetables section and went along the aisles to the alcohol section. When we got there, we were looking and we found the red fruit punch ones, the 4 Lokos. And we all grabbed one and went to empty aisles. And when I got on my empty aisle, I stuffed that bitch in my pants, bro. I stuffed it in my waistband, and I started walking. I was like, alright, I'm walking out of here now. I went past the aisles. I made it to the vegetable aisle, and I walked out. And not too long after I walked out, so did Daniel and Johnson. And they had their 4 Lokos, too. It was a really good fucking night after that. We got some alcohol. We didn't go to jail for stealing. And we got cigs and weed. Well, after that, we walked back to Daniel's place and got hella fucked up. And that's the end of that story time. Now, time for story number 2. This story was a really fun story. It's a little bit short. In this one, we didn't actually walk to Walmart. We actually rode there. Anyways, I was riding around with Daniel, Johnson, Kim, Braxton, and I think Peter. I'm not sure. Peter might have been in this one, but I don't really remember that well because I was very drunk. But earlier that day we went fishing, and that's when we got drunk. We ended up going to another pier though to go fishing again. But before that, Daniel took us to Walmart, and it was a daytime just starting to turn a little night at this point. I don't remember what time it was because I was extremely drunk, and I had a book bag, so I was ready to steal whatever the fuck there was. I got out the car, I walked through that Walmart parking lot stumbling with my book bag, and keep in mind, this is the same one we stole from before, like 100 times before. Well, I walk into the fucking Walmart, right? I'm stumbling, I walk past the vegetables aisle, I go up to the alcohol section, and this time I'm looking at the cases because I have a fucking book bag, and I'm like, I really want to get a 15 pack or something, or like maybe a 25 pack. I was looking at the hard seltzers, and I found one that really caught my eye. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it was a 12 pack, and I was like, fuck it, and I grabbed it, and I walked out that aisle, and I walked to the aisle right beside the alcohol aisle. I unzipped my bag and put it in there and zipped it back up. And I walked out that aisle to the row where the people were walking at, and I walk out the fucking Walmart. I speed walked to Daniel's car, let me fucking tell you. I speed walked to Daniel's car, and I threw a fucking grenade at his car, and he exploded. But no, not for real. But when I hopped in and showed them what I got, they were like, no fucking way, bro. You got a whole 12 pack? And I was like, yes, I did. And we cracked that case open immediately, and everybody grabbed beers and started drinking. We all got really drunk that night. All I remember from that night was drinking and jumping into that fucking fishing lake with Braxton. It was a really fun and pretty fucking dumb time. But, yeah, guys, never steal because you could go to jail for it. It's very fucking retarded. Anyways, that was story 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment down below, and let me know how you're doing. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. I try to make YouTube videos as much as possible. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.